If you were attempting to raise the number of people that actually got through the training, what would you tell them?
So I'd have them in one of the things that you'll hear in the teams is embrace the suck. So your relationship with hard things, your relationship with difficulty, if you can learn to cultivate in your mind the story, because it's all just a story, the story of the harder it gets, the more I like it. So the darker it gets, the harder it gets, the colder it gets, the more I want to be part of this. If you can play that game and get your brain to seek out the suffering, man, there's nothing you can't do. But what's the human brain do? As soon as it starts to get hard, and our culture creates this for us as well, it's so easy for us just to not do it, right? Working out, not that hard. But it's just easier not to, right? It's just easier just is it hard to get out of bed? No. It's just easier not to, right? When the alarm goes off and yeah, you're feeling pretty comfortable. It's dark, it's cold outside, and you got your covers on. It's nice and warm and comfortable. It's like the brain doesn't want to get out of bed. The body doesn't want to get out of bed. It wants to stay there. But think about those times where you have something that's important, like an important meeting, or you made a commitment to somebody, or it's time to get up for work, and the alarm goes off. You're like, oh, okay. And then you just get up. It's like, isn't that interesting? But if you have the day off, you may just sleep in when the alarm goes off. Why is that? It's because it's that mental discipline of going, oh, I don't want to lose my job, right? That fear, that knowingness of like, hey, you tell this story in your head, like if I don't get up, then I'm going to get in trouble. But on those days where you have all day off, right, or at least the morning off, and the alarm goes off, you're like, I've got nothing I have to do, and it's just easier, and you just justify. Of course, your brain's going to say, hey, why don't we just relax? And the brain wants to stay safe, right? It wants to conserve energy, right? And it wants to seek pleasure. So if you have that model of like, oh, my brain's just doing what it wants to do, it's just what it's designed to do. It just wants to have this pleasurable moment and go back to sleep. But we have to be able to recognize that and go, do I want to be comfortable? Do I want to sleep in? Or do I have something that can override that? And if we don't, then of course we're going to sleep in. If we don't, of course we're not going to go to the gym and work out. If we don't, of course we're going to pick up those Doritos and eat that bag of Doritos or the 12-pack instead of having the meat and vegetables. Of course we are, because the incentive isn't there to do anything different. So we just have to find a way, a story to tell ourselves that's more compelling than whatever that reality is why we don't do it. Right. So for me, one of the things that it may seem morbid to some people, but it worked really well for me going through the selection course, BUD/S, is before we started, I just said, you know what? I will not quit. Matter of fact, I would rather die than quit. Matter of fact, if I'm still breathing, I will not ring that bell. And so I just drew that line in the sand, and I said, you know what? If I'm still breathing, I'm not ringing the bell. It's just a story I made up, right? And I chose to believe it. And there were lots of times where I'm like on those soft sand runs and my heart felt like it was about to pop. And I just say, okay, it's a good day to die, but I'm not ringing that bell.
Hello, friend. Thanks for watching that clip. If you liked it, you can click the link in the description and watch the full episode.